Hey everybody, we are ready to do a budget with me. Hi everybody, my name is Wendy, and this is my channel, Budget Pumpkin. I'm on a journey to becoming debt-free, and I'm going to do that by making better financial decisions, one baby step at a time. On this channel, we're going to talk about things like budgeting, cash stuffing, planning, dealing with debt, and some savings challenges. If you'd like to follow along, please subscribe, like, and make a comment in the video. Thanks for being here. I hope there isn't too much ambient noise. If there is, it's just the people that are working on replacing my roof that was leaking. And apparently we also had a lot of rotten wood, so it's good that we're doing it now. But we have just gotten paid. It is January 29th. And we did our discovery sheets in the last video. We kind of went through for our new budget for 2024. This is the last paycheck in December, which for us is going to cover all of the bills in January up through the 16th. So we're basically going to cover, instead of half the money for January, and then our mortgage and our loan will come out of the next check on the 12th. So we did our monthly budget on the last video. There are things we do know and are things that we don't know, but this is kind of like our monthly snapshot. The things we don't know. Actually, I do know this number, which we'll get to on the next page. But our checks from 12/29, the next checks that we're going to use to pay for January come in on January 12th. So we don't know what we're going to be getting yet on those. My husband is hourly, so his paycheck does fluctuate a bit. Let's see if you can see that because it's in pencil. And I got a promotion back in November, but when I was off on my medical leave, they overpaid me by 80 hours. So the 29th is my last paycheck where I'm paying back the overpayment. And on 1/12, that will be my first paycheck. I will be on salary, and then I will know what I will be making there. So let's get down to this paycheck cash flow worksheet. If you did not catch my last video, it kind of explained like where I was, how horrible I felt. I felt absolutely horrid, and I had to take a break, like something had to give, and I had to take a break from filming, which I didn't want to do, but it was very frustrating because being out of work, we did run up a little bit more debt. And so we're going to talk about that again, even though we talked about it in our last video. So our pay period is December 29th, which is today. And that's going through January 11th. Okay. We already calculated it out. I do like to put our notes in here. So 1 month of bills is 4065, and 1/2 of a month of bills is $2,032.50. So I like to put that on here. Also, another note is last check from our overpayment. So those are the big things that are going on. All right, and you guys, it feels so good to be doing this with all of you. I have missed filming so much. And I am so glad to be back. And if you're here with me, if you're new, thank you for tuning in. And if you've been around for a while, thank you for coming back. I am always grateful for everyone who watches. And if what I'm doing helps even just one person by sharing my financial journey, I feel like this is time well spent. So this is our income box, and then this is our total box down here. So box number 1 is for income. Hubby, so let's see, on 12/29, and that's hubby's paycheck. He actually brought in $1,874.50. So he was a little bit over my $1,750 estimate. And then I brought in a little bit less. I had $1,714.57. All told, we brought in $3,589.08. So that also comes down here, 3589.08. Okay, and then next is our bills. So we're gonna color this in, and then we're gonna list out all the bills that we're paying out of this check. And if you've been around for a bit, you know that cash flow is a very important part of your budget. You have to make sure that the money flows smoothly. And what I mean by that is you're going to see when we put in all of our bills here that we actually have extra money on bills that we don't have to cover right now. But if we don't save that for the next paycheck, then we're going to be short. So that's why I take my 1 month of bills and divide it by 2. And this is the goal that we're going to hit for this square here, for our bills square. So on the first, we pay our internet for $90. On the 5th, we pay our gas and electric, and that's $250. On the 7th, we pay our water, and that is $40. On the 11th, we pay our cell phone bill, and that is $300. On the 15th, we send money to our savings. I do treat that like a bill. And that is $75. On the 15th, I also set aside money for our car insurance. This is actually $320. I do pay this every 6 months. So on the 15th of the month, I save 1/6 of my 6-month premium and just save it and hang on to it. And then I pay the premium, and I think it's like April and October that I pay. And then on the 16th is our car payment of $300. And also the reason why I do this on the car insurance, I paid 6 months up front, and then I save 1/6 for every paycheck for the 6 months, is that they will charge you a fee to process it every month instead of every 6 months. And then also a lot of insurance companies will give you a discount if you pay a 6-month chunk as opposed to paying it every month. So what we need to do is what this totals up to is not $2,032.50. So let's see, I don't know if you can see the calculator, but we have 90 plus 250 plus 40 plus 300 plus 75 plus 320 plus 300, and that's at $1,375. So the reason why this cash flow is important, because if we just paid these bills and said, hey, we have extra money, we're going to go blow our money, when it comes to our next paycheck to cover this month, we're going to be short by 600, what's the number? $657.50. To our savings. So plus 657.5. So that's $2,032.50, which is this number right here. And the reason why we're saving this is because when we do our next budget with me, you'll see that the two bills that we pay out of that check, they're both bigger bills, and it's our mortgage and our loan, and we wouldn't have enough to cover both of those payments without having this money saved. So 2032.50, and that goes down here. Okay, so 3589.08 minus 2032.5 is our balance after we pay these is $1,556.58. Okay, debit and credit cards. If you didn't, I'm just going to do a quick recap to catch you up if you missed my last video about where I've been and what has happened. The interest rates on our credit cards were pretty much all between 24.99 and 29.99% interest. And what was happening is we would pay the credit cards down. So when we started this debt journey in like September of 2021, we had $52,000 in debt. We would pay it down $3,000 or $4,000, and then we would have an emergency. Now, while we have a $1,000 emergency fund, the emergencies that we were having far exceeded that $1,000 amount in the emergency fund. So we ended up having to charge them. Like we had like major car repairs and just different things that have happened. And, you know, we kept paying down that $3,000 or $4,000, and then we'd have to charge it back up, and then we pay it down and charge it up. And then when I went out on surgery, well, I did save some money to cover, and we were being really frugal when I was in my recovery, because my first 2 weeks I did not receive a paycheck, that I was off. And then after that, I received 50% of my pay for the next 4 weeks. And I went back to work after I'd been off for 6 weeks. So we ended up putting a little bit more stuff on credit cards. I had my surgery mid-September. I was back to work at the end of October. So we ran the cards back up again. And then literally a month ago, like my car needed like a $2,700 repair. So the icing on the cake was in November. We ended up figuring out that our roof was leaking and that we needed a new roof, and we did not have the money to do it. We could have financed with our roofing guy, but it was like 9.99% interest. And so, but we really couldn't afford another payment. Like we were paying $2,000 a month on credit cards for our minimum payments, trying to pay them off. That was with a little bit extra. And then we were paying like $1,000 or $1,100 per month, just an interest that was accruing on the card. So we really weren't making any traction. We couldn't afford to take out another payment because we were very extended. So what we did was we ended up, and we were very fortunate to be in this situation. We have a ton of equity in our home. So we took out like a second mortgage, or it's not a home equity line of credit, but we took out a second mortgage basically on the house. We restructured our debt, at 8.24% interest. And then we also got the extra money out so that we could pay cash for our roof repair. And that was really important to me because we weren't making any traction, and we really didn't have any wiggle room in our budget. Like, if one thing would have happened, it would have literally thrown everything off kilter. So I feel a lot stressed out right now about this. All of our credit cards are paid off at this point, and we don't owe any money on credit cards. Now, I may move our loan payment over here to this debt. We're trying to get it paid down. With the loan that we have, we are able to pay it off over 15 years, which is good. I don't plan on it taking that long. Our loan payment is just under $750 is what we're required to pay. I am paying $1,500 a month. So we're going from paying $2,000 a month out and never having any traction to pay down our loans to, if we're paying $1,500 a month, instead of paying the loan off, it's like a 15-year loan. If we pay $1,500 a month instead of the $750, we're actually going to pay it off 9.9 years sooner. And then the plan is also to take any extra money that we get and throw it at the loan. So that's one way that we've created some relief in our budget, is by restructuring that debt, because it wasn't feasible, and it was kind of getting to be like that or bankruptcy, and we really didn't want to file bankruptcy. The other thing that's going to happen is my next paycheck. Since I took that promotion in November, I did get a pay raise, and when I'm done, this is my last check, I'm paying back that hours overpayment. So I'm excited because on January 12th, then I'll find out what I'm actually going to be making with my salary. So we've kind of lowered our debts going out, restructured that, and then we're actually going to be bringing in more money once my promotion rate comes through. So those are the couple of things that we've done to make this more manageable, because it was not manageable how it was. Subscriptions are purple. And we did have an in-depth about our subscriptions. These include anything like any streaming services or Spotify. It also is like our Costco membership fee, anything that we kind of pay for on an annual basis or monthly basis. What we need in this category is $180 per pay. That covers all of our subscriptions. And that includes like software subscriptions. Oh my goodness, software subscriptions. Like I've got Microsoft Office and Adobe and stuff like that for my computer. We can do a deep dive into what subscriptions that we have, but it's pretty fairly standard, although it is an area that we can cut back if we so choose. Okay, so we'll put the 180 down here. The total here is 1,556.58 minus 180 is, oh, I can see it. So this is nothing. This is 180, so our total is $1,376.58 left over. These are going to be our sinking funds that we keep in the bank, and I'm very excited about this. And the reason why I'm excited about this is because our budget was so tight before. We were never really able to put money into this category. And what this category is for is sinking funds that are in the bank. So, let's see, I think I have it written down actually, what all we are contributing to. If I wrote it in here, I wrote it somewhere else. I think I wrote read it somewhere else. One second. Because you know I have everything written down. So this is what we're going to be contributing. Okay, so what is in this? So we contribute $340 per pay at $680 per month. What we're contributing is to our driver's license and our car plates, $30 per month. Professional licenses is $25 per month. My husband's a nurse and he has professional licenses that he has to maintain. And when you maintain them, it charges, you know, you have to pay money. So vacation is $200 a month. Medical is $100 a month. And then we also each contribute $50 per paycheck to like our flex spending card. So we have that there. Auto repair, $100 per month. Home repair, $100 per month. Home items is $100 per month. So say I need like an organization something, or maybe we need a new washer and dryer, or something happens like that. I also might put cleaning products in here, any like non-household groceries, that goes in there. And then education is $25. So that's what goes in here. And I'm going to put that here. So we need $340 per paycheck to cover this. And that's not right. We also are doing extra here. Let me grab that number. The extra we're putting in here, we're going to put extra on their loan payment. I do want to get this paid off faster than 5 years if we can. Extra loan payment of $36.58. So the total for this is going to be $376.58. So what we're going to have left here is $1,000. And I'm going to color in this last one. And these sinking funds here, these are ones that we keep in the bank. I don't take those out and cash stuff them. I don't want to have a ton of money in my house. So that works for us. I think I've talked about this before. We use a digital envelope system called You Need a Budget, or YNAB for short. And it's actually worked out really well for us, for our life, so we don't have to have everything out of the bank. Okay, sinking funds and cash. These are where we spend our money mostly during the week. Groceries is $300 per paycheck. We get $150 per week. Gas for our cars, we get $200 per paycheck. That's $100 per week. He gets $40 and I get $60 out of that. And then we have our own spending funds. So hubby, wifey, and date night. So we decided we wanted to prioritize a date night and take time to do things together. So it's $100, $100, $100 per paycheck for a total of $300 per pay. The next thing that we're doing is our holidays. These are going to cover January contributions, and that is $155. And then right here we have our vacation. My cousin's getting married in the spring. We're going to have to travel, and we've decided that we need to make some sort of vacation a priority for our own mental health. I'm always on, he's always on, we're always busy, we're always going here, going there, doing something. And not taking a vacation, even if it's just like a little getaway, is no longer an option. We have to prioritize our mental health a little bit. And not that we want to go to frivolous places, but it's kind of like we need to allocate that time for ourselves to decompress. So our total here is $1,000. Okay, and here the balance balances out to 0. So our income was $35.8908. Our expenses are $35.8908, and we balance out to 0. So this is what we're going to end up cash stuffing in our next video. And thank you for being here. Thank you for being around. Thank you if you're new. Thank you if you are returning. I am so glad to be back, and I've always said that you all are my accountability partners, and I'm so happy that you are here on this journey with me, and if sharing my journey, because I don't have time to make up numbers. This is my budget. These are our numbers. So if my journey helps even one person, I am very happy to share this because it's helping me while I'm helping you. So thank you, and we will see you in the next video.